One of my all-time favorite tunes. Sounds of Blackness, right? Keep your head to the sky, be optimistic. It's Easter weekend, a time for us to remember. We've been remembering and trying to move forward from what has been a very difficult year for a lot of people in one way or another, right? We all have those growing pains. And this platform is here for us to just take a breath of fresh air. Feel that togetherness, feel that unity, and build that strength with those around you. And they don't have to be right next to you physically, but be with you spiritually as well as through communication and having that support network. So Dr. Yanzi, good evening to you as well. She messaged me earlier on this week and she was like, "Super, please, I need you to play a song for me." I said, "What do you want me to play?" She said, "Make sure you play it for everybody before we get started today." And I was optimistic about it, eh? I wasn't. The theme of this week is be kind. And the theme, it's a flowing theme with UGiveHope Fridays, that, you know, we express kindness and love in the most human way possible. And Yanzi asked me to play this song. I'll play it now, and I'm definitely going to play it before the show finishes as well.
I am beautiful, I am kind, I am magical, I am divine, I am intelligent, I am confident, I am resilient, I am providence, I am.
Could you possibly rewind and come again?
Okay.
Joy Anderson, I Am Affirmations, right? Thank you, Yanzi. Thank you so much. UGiveHope Fridays, we're looking forward to a fantastic evening.
Beautiful, I am kind. And when all my strength is gone, and you I can be strong, I look to you. I look to you. Oh yeah. And when melodies are gone.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. UGiveHope Fridays.
I look to you.
Whitney Houston. An amazing tune, right?
Coming down on me.
We're going to get started as I look to you to share my time, share in our love for the African diaspora. We welcome you on UGiveHope Fridays, wherever it is you're joining us across the globe. If you want to show all those who are here already, I want to introduce my co-host for this evening. You all have met her before. If it is not your first time here, if it's your first time, her name is Tashini. So good evening, Tashini, and welcome.
Hi, Super Trini, and how are you today, sweetheart?
I'm fabulous, darling. Simply fabulous.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Wow. And good evening to all of you that have joined us this evening, as is Good Friday. And as a usual Good Friday in my house, we have a lot of people in here. So if you hear some, I can make the big people quiet. The 4-year-old, I'm not quite sure. So if you start hearing Peppa Pig or the wheels on the bus, it's the granddaughter today. Well, I'd like to wish all of you a very happy Easter, and I'm hoping that things are going well for you. Now, this evening, I'm going to co-host yet again with my favorite person here, Super Trini. Love this man. Hey, baby. But before we start, I want to tell you a bit about the initiative. This is UGiveHope. And on UGiveHope Fridays, which has been going for just about a year now. This was the brainchild of Dr. Yancy Ralston, a founding member of the UBelly team and the director, losing my voice, of Efficacy EVA, which runs an international consultancy and training company. Now, UBelly Initiative, it's an international social enterprise supporting the African Diaspora community by way of social leadership, development, community enterprise, and social actions such as the work with the BAMEStream, which is an organization that deals with mental health and various things within our community. So the whole idea behind UGiveHope Friday started during the very first lockdown last year. And it was just helping people come together just to keep us all healthy, keep our minds healthy, just joining like-minded people, just hearing music, hearing singing, having some laughter, chat, but it's just a way to unstress from the life of COVID, because the life of COVID this last year has not been very pleasant. But we're getting there, very slowly but surely. And so, to start off our entertainment for tonight, I'm going to introduce the lovely Amanda Innes. Now, Amanda, she's a community activist for the over 50s. And she does poetry, and she does it absolutely beautifully. So, Amanda, darling, are you ready to take the mic? Where are you, honey? Wait to me.
Oh, I'm mute. Oh, hi. Hi, Tashini. Thank you for having me again. I have to say, last week was absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that. Okay, I'm going to share with you. I've got I've got a couple of poems this evening, and one's called Afro Hair. So I'll get into it. We had no hairdresser for our Afro hair. No one to teach us how to treat it with care. Saturday afternoon was time when hair had to be washed. Buckets in the bath and a large plastic cup. No shower back then. We had to duck down low, we had to over the bath, we had to bend, drowning alive in shampoo bubbles. Keep still, Mum would shout as we wriggled desperately to get up and out. That kerosene oil heater flickering orange and blue flames kept the bathroom warm. And my mum would say, who's next? And then calls your name. Towel, dried hair, then plaits, a welcome reprieve, because all those shampoo bubbles would make me sneeze. Mum says we cannot go and play, we cannot leave, because into the fire goes that steel ironing comb. The smell of singed hair lingers in the room, and the ironing comb is red hot, so we dare not move, frozen like statues sitting on the high kitchen stool. Hair grease burns and mist fills the air. The oil crackles as it straightens your curly afro hair. The hot comb passes so close to your ear, you sit there in silent prayer. Lord, if you can hear my little voice, doing my hair today was not my choice. Please don't let me catch a burn. I want it to be someone else's turn. You want it all to be over, and you can feel the heat from the comb as you shudder and moan, and Mum would shout, keep still, as we desperately wriggled to get up and go out. Those were the days when no one liked their hair to be washed, and we all ran around without a care. That's the first one. And second poem I've got for you is called Gold Mine. And it's just about my search. When I was in my 20s, I started looking at African history and Caribbean history, and started to find out that what I was taught at school wasn't exactly correct, as a lot of people have come to realize. So this is just my search for a little bit of our African and Caribbean history, and it's called Gold Mine. I've been alive now for several decades now. Please don't ask me how many. And I'm still learning about my culture, because something inside me is still yearning. There's a burning to acquire more knowledge, so I don't leave my history, my identity abandoned on the shelf. I'm seeking to know all I can about my people, my Black history, my culture, and myself. History books lie, and that is the truth. I say they lie because they omit facts about powerful, spiritual Black people. Oh yes, we do have proof. You see, growing up, my history books all told the same sad story of a people who are Black, and for them, there is no glory. We must hang our heads in shame because we came from the womb of slaves. Like I said, history books lie, so it's all just a game to create a generation of people who don't know how to hold their heads up high, who don't know how to reach the sky, who don't know how to love the fro, using relaxers to take away something only our Black culture can grow. And history books lie to create generations who don't know how to truly love themselves, who don't know how to love from within, who don't know how to love Black skin, because we are taught that Black skin is worth absolutely nothing, when in reality, Black skin is precious, more precious than gold. For those who are without it, always want to behold, and yet they frown upon the melanin that is naturally present within our Black skin. History books lie, for we are not told about the mighty Black kings and queens who ruled ancient Africa, Kemet with heart and spirituality. We are not told about our wealth and our cultural past, how the richest lands are Black. Just look at Mama Africa, that is a fact. As a youth, I ask these questions: where is our true home, and where did Black people come from? Some say we're not truly British, so where do we belong? As a child of a Windrussian, I want to see in full glory my true, powerful Black history. So I set out on my own journey to learn, to read, and to see exactly what the history books hid and stole and cheated from me. So to you today, I say this: inquire, seek, and you too shall find that our Black culture, our Black history is a gold mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. When you did that first piece about the hair, it just brought back that torture from when I was a child.
Yes, as you see, I've got mine.
Forget about those things until somebody reminds you. Both your poems today, absolutely, they've just reflected so much. It gave you a lot to think about. You know, the memories and some of the nonsense that's going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're great.
Thank you.
They come back next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. And before I go on to our next artist, today's theme is all about being kind. Now, being kind, it costs nothing. Only a minute of a time. That's all it can take. And it's simple things, you know, knocking on the door of a neighbor saying how you're doing, especially in these hard times. You know, helping somebody elderly across the road when you see them struggling. There are so many simple things that we can do. And it's just shown a small act of kindness. But little things like that can mean such a difference to some people. When you're someone who's stuck at home all day long, and you might just want someone to talk to for 2 minutes, they might end up talking to you a lot longer than that because they're so grateful to have some human company. But little things like that. When you go shopping, just put in a tin of something into the food bank. Just simple things. Being kind is not all about big gestures. Being kind can be some of the simplest things you can do. So think about it this evening as we progress and we listen to our performers for this evening, what being kind means to you and how you can do that. If you can do something, one little act of kindness every day, think about the people you're helping out there. Okay? Now, next on our card, it's Suli. And Suli is going to set the history books correct today by giving us the true history of the banjo. Suli, are you there, my love?
There we go. I'm unmuted. I'm ready. Yes.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sweetie. How are you?
Hi.
This is Lily Rose, who the last the poem about the hair that Amanda did really resonates with this one here. She deals with the hair issue. She can relate. But also, yes, the history, which is also part of the theme of what was spoken of in the last thing. The history of this one. I just finished, actually, and I sent it to Brian and to Yancy. I finished an essay on the true origins of the banjo. This instrument, this resonant body here, is straight out of Africa, and the sound it makes. That is an African sound, a purely African sound. And it's something that, you know, hasn't really been, it actually was very deliberately de-Africanized. That's the word I'm searching for. It was deliberately kind of went through a bit of a propaganda campaign because, you know, they wanted to sell the instrument to affluent and affluent people, white people, basically. And so they did this in the 1800s. Is they made it they tried to distance it as much as they could from its African roots. And so that stuck. The legacy of it stuck to this day, and most people don't know that this is an African-American instrument created straight from West Africa in the Caribbean and then imported to the United States. So to highlight that, and also I want to bring this back to last week because I missed last week. I really wanted to be there. And I had planned something because it was International Women's Month. I wanted to close the month off with a song by an African-American folk singer named Elizabeth Cotton. And this is a song that my mother and my grandmother used to sing to me when I was a little kid. I used to like trains. So I guess I still do. So this is a song called Freight Train. Freight train, running so fast. Freight train, running so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone. When I die, bury me deep down at the end of Old Chestnut Street. Place the stones by my head and feet and tell them all I've gone to sleep. When I'm dead and in my grave, no more good times to crave, so that I hear the old number 9 as she goes rolling by. Ooh, Freight train, running so fast. Freight train, running so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone. Oh, freight train, run so fast. Freight train, going so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone. So please don't tell them which train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone.
Sule, I hope I'm saying your name correctly this time.
Yes, Sule, that's right.
It's all right, they didn't give me the accent, so I didn't pronounce it. I'm going to start later on, don't worry. But that was awesome. It is just lovely to hear live music, and you just play that banjo like it's nothing. I'm looking at the guitar behind you, the violin.
Yeah, I play a few of those. Unfortunately, I play the violin well enough to record. Everyone knows how the recording process goes. You can take as many takes as you want to get it right.
Yeah, I hear that. My son just recently bought a violin, and we've yet to actually play one note and get one note on that bow, but we'll get there eventually.
It's not a very forgiving instrument. If you look at it wrong, it'll make a bad noise.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But thank you, that was awesome. Are you doing another one for us today? Or are we just having the one?
No, I'm going to do 2 for you. This is an original. This one I'm going to do as an original. I don't know if I did this one for you guys yet. This was a song that I wrote for an artist here in Montreal. Did I play this one, the Ballad of Bad News Brown? Yeah, I did do that one, eh? Okay, so maybe I'll do one that I know I've done this one before, but the fact is that it was done differently than this. This is kind of a new version. So this is a new song that's headed for the next album. It's called "Going My Way," but this is the banjo version because I think I did it on guitar the last time I did it. So. Jumped up in my truck, took off like a buck down the road. She was looking fine, up by the exit sign, whoa. And she said, "Are you going my way?" As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, are you going my way? As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Just past the edge of town, the roadhouse first sign, whoa-wee-ho. And this dude looking rude told me it was time to go-wee-ho. And he said, "Are you going my way?" As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, are you going my way? Singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Just past the railroad tracks, two more climbed up back, whoa-wee-ho. Smelling like grass and wine and sleeping in those sacred pines, whoa-wee-ho. And they said, "Are you going my way?" As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, are you going my way? Yeah, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, just south of Noah Town, the engine died. The truck broke down. Whoa-wee-ho. And our oath, my faith remained as the bus pulled up before it rained, whoa-wee-ho. And they said, "Are you going my way?" As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, are you going my way? Yeah, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Well, are you going my way? As I tripped down the highway, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Are you going my way? Yeah, singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Singing dang diggy dang 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 diggy diggy. Singing dang 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 diggy diggy.
Amazing, Sule. Amazing, amazing. So such a pleasure to have you here with us on You Give Hope Fridays and giving us so much of that knowledge of the banjo and making it sound as if it's an instrument that we should be hearing week in, week out. Everywhere we are, we should be listening to it. It's fantastic. So,
I should do some like bring some of my hip hop buddies.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
The new Afro American diaspora of music with the old.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I 100%, bring that country into hip hop 100%. Call Jay-Z up, let him know. Last week you were meant to perform and you were in and out, and we didn't get to hear from you last week properly because we know that you were actually doing a live gig. How did that go?
It went pretty well. It was, in an area that they were allowed to have half the capacity. So of course the crowd was not huge, but it was
Yeah.
really well received. And it was so nice to play with my band. It would have been great if we could have had the timing worked because I was with my band yesterday.
hmm Yeah. Let me ask you this. So, how did it feel after not being able to perform for so long and having to go and set up things with your band and do your sounding and everything? Did it feel like you feel you're just starting back over again, or did you just slip right into gear and you was there 100%?
I'm sure to other listeners it sounded like we just slipped back into gear, but to us on the stage, we felt rusty. It felt like, you know, something that the muscles were not really well worked out. They'd gotten a little bit
Right. As they say, a few loose strings.
Yeah, all of the other, we've all been practicing our instruments. That's not the part that's gotten unpracticed. It's together. Playing
Yeah.
the group together, there's like little places where like, we never make mistakes like that. But yeah, it's just,
Okay, well, I guess everybody has to jump back on the horse at some time, and it's so nice to hear that, you're finally back able to perform live, and that means that you're one step closer to performing live with You Give Hope.
yes.
So, and the Ballet Initiative, which is going to be such an amazing, amazing thing as well. So, Sule, thank you so much for joining us on You Give Hope Fridays. Do you have one more for us, or you got, or you're
One more, absolutely.
okay? All
Yes,
right, all
good
right, all right.
uh, good
He's going to change his equipment, ladies and gentlemen. Sule, definitely want to show those on the Facebook Live as well who are joining us. And we want to say thank you so much. This week is all about being kind, and Sule is kind enough to give us one more piece. Thank you so much, Sule.
You know what, I'm not gonna, it's always tough when you're like thinking, what song should I play next? What should I do? But I already had one in mind, so I'm just gonna go ahead right and do this one. This is a band, a Canadian group called Blue Rodeo. They have a song called Hasn't Hit Me Yet. You say that you're leaving, well, that comes as no surprise. I kinda like that feeling of being left behind. Well, this ain't nothing new to me. Well, it feels like going home. It's kind of like the sunset that makes you feel so strong. Yes, it hasn't hit me yet. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed for the street light. I'm watching the snow fall on this cold December night. Never thought this would happen. Well, it feels like going home. When you got sick of this pattern, and I got lost in this song. Yes, it hasn't hit me yet. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed before the street light, watching the snow fall on this cold December night. hit me. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed before the street light, watching the snow fall on this cold December night, down in the middle of Lake Ontario. The same snow falling on the deep, shallow waters, deep and shallow waters, rushing the snow, fill my life, fill my life.
Yes, Suli. Amazing, 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 amazing. You know, it's such a pleasure to have talent as yours, grace us with your time and your fantastic art. I just want to ask you one thing before you go. With your thesis, right? People would like to know when it is they'll be able to get a little bit of a sneak peek into reading it. Um,
Publishing it right now.
uh,
In fact, I think one of the places that I was looking into publishing might be UK based, so it might actually be something that I can publicize with you guys a little easier. But I mean, now we're on the internet, so it doesn't matter. Wherever it gets published, I'll give you guys the link.
okay.
Available. 'Cause,
Fantastic, fantastic. So we definitely, I know a few people have asked, you know, when it is they can get a sneak peek. So Nevin, Tashini, you all will just have to wait. Amanda, you too, you all will just have to wait, okay? All right, it's only for the exclusive club. You know, we're not gonna make it inclusive just yet. I'm not saying it in a bad way. This is what Sule told me to tell you all. Just saying. But Sule, thank you so much.
and don't worry, it won't be long because if it takes long, I'll publish it myself. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sule. It's such a pleasure to have you on You Give Hope Fridays. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. You Give Hope Fridays, where it is we bring you um, amazing talents from around the world within the African diaspora. Sule, he represents Trinidad and Tobago, and he is in Canada. Definitely want to shout out Amanda as well, who opened the show. She represents, I can't remember the island, no. Where's the place again, boy? Anyway, it will come back to me. It will come back to me. But the next act, the Admiral, I think he's from the same place. I'm not 100% sure. I think he is. But, you know, the Admiral, good evening to you. And if you go on and hide, as I call
Good
him out, he
evening.
go and hide.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Nice and kind. And you've been very kind to me again by saying where I come from, but you're still wrong.
I, I, I was gonna say it now. You see, this is what I'm saying. You should be kind too, because I was just gonna wait until I actually get you on screen, and then I would have said, you know, my Bayesian brother, good evening to you and welcome, you know, because your Bayesian sister opened up the program, but all didn't want me to say anything like that. You all didn't want me to do anything like that. You know, I was going to be kind because I am always kind, you know, and it's such a pleasure to have you here with us on You Give Hope Fridays. And hopefully you have something fantastic for us lined up. I like the shirt. I really do. See, I'm being kind.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I suppose I'm obliged to be kind to you as well, as a concerned brother to yourself. I noticed that you're in different surroundings this evening. I don't know, I'm not saying you get put out your home or you get put out your normal place, but you're looking at a different place than that this evening with a little more modest background. And I'd like to let you know that should you want any assistance, ask me, ask Brian, ask Doctor. We're going to help you out. So don't keep it a secret. Share it.
Well, you see, the thing is, right? I decided today that I wanted to be as casual as possible. Usually I have a visuals behind me and you all think I'm somewhere in space. But I want you all to know I am on planet Earth and I am not a being from, you know, extraterrestrial being in any capacity. I don't have a spaceship. You know, I am well grounded. And yes, surprisingly enough, I am Trinidadian as well. You know, I guess it all works out for everybody, you know. But yeah, I just felt like, you know, painting the walls today, so that's why it is showing out the painted walls.
That's lovely, lovely, lovely.
And
Good.
it's not even Christmas.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, the song I'm going to do this evening is not a calypso actually, but I'm going to do it in a type of calypso style, a sort of a style of calypso to it, because it lends itself to that type of let's say change. But it's a song that I heard when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, and I really like the song, but I never knew what the guy was singing about at all, because it's something that you wouldn't know at that age. Well, not in those days anyway. The name of this song is Honey, and it was a big hit in the late 60s for a gentleman by the name of Bobby Goldsboro, no longer with us. And the name of the song was Honey, and this is my take on Honey from 1968, done my way. See the tree, how big it's grown, my friend, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big. I laughed at her when they got mad. The first day that we planted it was just a twig. Then the first snow came and she rushed out to blow the snow away so it wouldn't die. Came running in, all excited, slipped and almost hurt herself, and I laughed till I cried. She was always young at heart, kinda dumb and kinda smart, and I loved her so. And it was in the early spring when flowers bloom and robins sing. She went away. It would true embarrass her when I come in from working late, 'cause I would know that she been sitting there and crying over some sad and silly late show. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. She wrecked the car and she was sad and so afraid that I'd be mad, but what the heck? Though I pretended hard to be, you could say she saw through me and hugged my neck. I came home unexpectedly and caught her crying needlessly in the middle of the day. And it was in the early spring when flowers bloomed and robin sings. She went away. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. One day while I was not at home and she and there all alone, the angels came. Now my life is an empty space where honey grew and honey bled and love grew out. Now my life's an empty stage where honey lived and honey played and love grew up. And a small cloud travels overhead and burns down the flower bed where honey loved. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could.
Ay, ay, ay. Tabanca, that way you feeling right now? This Tabanca?
Uh,
You have a
mhm.
Tabanca feeling, the Admiral? Let me know, I mean, we're here for you. We're here to support you, we're being kind, speak to us.
Well, it's a very, it's a very, you understand the gist of the song, what happened, right?
Yeah, yeah, I saw.
The song happened, the song. Well, the song is it's a very sad song, actually.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what the song was meant about when I first sing it. Heard it because I was a child, a young boy. When you look at it, really, it makes you appreciate people when they're around you, and when sometimes they're not with you anymore, you think about them and you never forget them, and it can be very. But it telling you something as well to be kind when you got the chance to be kind.
I agree with you. In the Caribbean, we call it Tabanca.
No, no, not the same with the bank. I know the bank here. I know the bank very good. I on a strong Caribbean culture, right? I know the bank
Look at how Brian smiling.
very well. Because we have to make different, we call it.
I hear you.
We call it ready, make shirt.
Oh, the Admiral,
We
it's
call
always a
it-
pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you on board, man. It's
I
never.
know the bank very good. I know Fatih. I know Picon. I know Mama Gizm. I know it all.
For people that may not understand, right? Or want to share the knowledge of how it is we behave sometimes in the Caribbean. When you have a banker, right? In layman's terms, you're missing something real bad. So bad, usually as if it is your breakup with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you know, and you find yourself sitting in a corner and you're just playing slow music, or you're eating cake or chocolate or ice cream or something that you know is not good for you, but is going to bring you comfort. But it doesn't really take away the fact of how much it is you're missing somebody or missing that person and their impact on your life.
Sometimes the English will say you got the blues. Or
You
you,
got the blues, right? Yeah, that's what it is. And that's not entirely a bad thing. So it's not a bad thing. It's a process that we all go through in one way or another, and we have music there to help us and guide us and help us get through those difficult moments as well.
because
So
it's interesting how different people from different parts of the world view these type of situations. For example, if you take a country and western singer who
mhm.
experienced much tobacco, who don't want you to know he experienced it, they
Uh-huh.
approach the subject in a very different way. The Calypsonian will always be on the front foot,
Right.
and the country western is happy to be on the back foot, but that is his style. It all means it's all a very similar. It has a relationship between both of them. What happened is similar, but your approach to it might be a slightly bit different, or your reaction to it.
I agree. I agree. Well, the Admiral, thank you so much for blessing us with that powerful song. And
Always
I
a
know a
pleasure.
lot of people would definitely harness it and use it in this difficult time that we're in. And yes, it's Easter, where it is we're also remembering for those who follow the faith, whichever faith it is they do, and they use this time with their families to highlight the structure of being at home and being with those around you that you love, and also remembering those who aren't here with us as well. This is what You Give Hope Fridays is all about. It's all about giving you just a little bit of a fresh air, breathing space, a safe space where it is you can feel, you can reminisce, and you can also smile and laugh and just have an all-around fantastic evening of culture and love and togetherness. As we continue on You Give Hope Fridays, I want to welcome Elle. Good evening to you, Elle.
Oh, hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, it's such a pleasure to have you on board. You Give Hope Fridays. I haven't seen you for a little while. And it's good to see you again. So we know that you sing sad songs about boys you used to know.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one.
Hmm.
So I hope that it doesn't touch anyone in the wrong place. At least it is, you're sharing it from the right place. And we thank you so much for your fantastic work and you being here with us on Your Gift for Friday. So, ladies and gentlemen, L.
Last night I dreamed about your hands. Now I can't sleep unless you're holding me. In the dream you were my man, but we don't talk before we fall asleep. I know the heat always fades at summer's end, summer's end. We'll fondly remember July when the frost sets in. Or we could just settle down, settle in, settle in. Commit to be more than friends. Maybe autumn's our season. I love you for a million reasons. When I awoke from my dream, I had seen my whole life with you. Do you believe in what that means? Tell me you wanna make it true. I know the heat always fades, summer's end, summer's end. You think of me briefly sometimes, only now and then. Or we could just open up, just begin, just begin. A thing that won't ever end. Maybe autumn's our season. I love you for a million reasons. Maybe autumn's our season. I love you for a million reasons, reasons, reasons. Last night I dreamed about your hands. Now I can't sleep unless you're holding me. In the dream you were my man, but we don't talk before we fall asleep. That was Summer's End. Yeah, gonna go straight into the next one. I was on the path of freedom, and then you put these shackles on me and told me I was bound to you. I was on the cusp of my dream, and then you put these shackles on my feet and said that I was bound to you. But you didn't call it love. You didn't say it was forever. You only said you needed me and definitely or never. I have the gift of flight, but I let you put your arms around me. Now baby, I'm bound to you. I had never felt love, so nothing could taste as sweet as your kisses to me. I'm bound to you. didn't call it love. You didn't call it love. You only said you needed me and definitely you'll never. Yeah, that one's called Indefinitely. I've got one more for you, which is called To Love. There's a really cool video for To Love on YouTube, so you can check it out if you like the song. But yeah, this is it. Walking through the rain, drinking from the bottle, trying to forget your name. I'm not a crying flame, 'cause at the end of the day, it won't matter anyway. Standing at your door, deciding when I'm about to fall. The only thing that's sure is I will. I'm addicted to your love, addicted to your sunshine, addicted to the rush of love, addicted to love. I'm addicted to your love, addicted to your sunshine, addicted to the rush of love, addicted to love. Talking to the sky, asking why can't we just stay high? Why can't we get by? I don't care that we fight, all that matters is we try. And I'll be loving you forever. And I'll be loving you forever. I'm addicted to your love, addicted to your love, addicted to the rush of love, addicted to love, love. I'm addicted to your love, addicted to your love, addicted to the rush of love. Addicted to love, 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 love. I'm addicted to your love. I'm addicted to your touch. Addicted to the rush of love. Addicted to love, love. I'm addicted to your love. Addicted to your touch. Addicted to the rush of love. Addicted to love, love, love.
Beautiful,
Thanks, everyone.
beautiful, Elle. Beautiful. So this final one, you said that there's a music video for it as well?
There is. Yeah, it has a really cool video that I shot away, really cool location. You can find it on my Instagram and on YouTube, just L2 number 2 love, and you can check it out there.
Fantastic. So I know things have opened up a little bit this weekend in the UK. So how are you feeling now that you're able to at least go out a little bit more or do some stuff outside and get a breath of fresh air? Do you feel like if you're gonna start writing again, writing some more songs and performing
Yeah,
at one point outdoors in July, August?
I don't know about performing. I think writing probably, because, you know, life's happening and things are happening, stuff to write
Uh-huh.
about. So yeah, some new stuff will probably be born out of the summer of madness. But other than that, no big plans.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of UGiveHope Fridays. It's so good to always have you performing. Everyone absolutely loves your tone. Well, you know I do too. I think you're an amazing performer, and you
Thank
should think
you.
about performing live in July, August, somewhere around there. Just putting it out there. I mean, you said,
We'll see,
life
Eva.
is going forward, but you speak it into existence.
We'll see what happens, but thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So have a fantastic Easter, and we see you again on You Give Hope Friday soon.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
So that's what it's all about. The Belly Initiative, Efficacy EVA, we bring to you Give Hope Fridays where it is we have various artists from around the world performing through the African diaspora, bringing you so much soul, so much life, so much energy. And you get myself, Super Trini Vibes, and you also get the wonderful Tashini, who is definitely looking forward to the rest of her evening with us, as well as her plate of food. But I want to reintroduce her. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. I want to reintroduce Tashini on You Give Hope Fridays, my co-host, my partner in crime.
I really wish today was the day I made some hard dumpling. Because
What
you
about
know
that?
who would be aiming at right now.
You see, that's not being kind though. The theme, that's not, you see how it is I roped you in? You was meant to share, give me positive because I was being positive. I was being nice, you know. Yanzi is here, in spirit, and she's here with us, and she will say, she'll probably start writing it. Why is it that Ashini want to hit him with the hard bread in the head? That's what she will say. She will say, what is this? The theme, why is the two hosts, fighting over, well, I'm not fighting over no bread. I just saying, I know you're looking forward to your evening, and all of a sudden you want to beat me. I don't, Brian, please, 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 Brian. I don't understand. Let's all be kind,
He's
Hear
not
what?
going to save you.
Hear what? Hear? Audience, I ain't getting involved. You see that love match? I ain't getting involved.
Well,
That's kindness at a different level.
oh, is that what it's called? All right. Okay. All right. Well, Tashini, I kind you too. Okay?
Okay, well, thank you very much. When I was talking earlier, I said to me about being kind. After that, my kids said to me, okay, you're being kind. What was my act of kindness today? And I looked at my son. I said, yeah, I did a nice act of kindness today. I let you cook the fish for dinner. I mean, how much kinder can you be? I let him cook. And I mean, up to me. Oh boy, he's just looking at me and doing some things he shouldn't be doing. Oh my goodness, he is really not behaving. But not to worry, I wonder where he gets that from. And as for you, Super Trini, I've got love for you. But you'll find out about that later. It's not going to be happening today. Let me tell you that. But I am going to show my love to our next artist because I absolutely love this lady. This is the lovely Maria Saiga. I hope I've said that the right way because you all know I can't pronounce anything right. And she is from the Senegal. And Maria has got the most haunting voice. I just love to hear her sing. And I'm looking forward to this next segment. But I have to look at Super Trini and talk to him. Maria, are you ready, my darling?
I'm fine.
Hi, sweetie. How are you spending your Easter?
I'm so happy to hear.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Hi, woman.
So what have you got for us today?
Mais Brian, tu vas devoir m'aider. Hein?
Okay, what does that
My
mean?
English is very, very bad. But je vais jouer pour vous.
bamba ya dikema nwengenye doilona ni bamba ya dikema nwengenye doilona you know go lui now jump cow and you know go lui ram jump so auto right to balade alisa khaya ni auto right to balade alisa khaya la la Mamba ya ni kemando engaño doy akasa eba mamba suno ya karagine ni mamba suno ya karagine Mambambe, siginga dine Islam. Ni mambambe, siginga dine Islam. Bakali yang gede, eba. Ani mangko yang faye, manilen yang gede. Mambambe, siginga dine Islam. My valley young lane, my mother, singing God in Islam. Money, mom, I'm there, singing God in Islam. You know, Aksa. Lamp of Alba Takana, Aila, Lamp of Alba Takana, Mori. Girl, money mambambe, singing God in Islam. Mon Maria, my brother, mama, dear, the dog met chocolate away. Why, oh, man, Maria, my brother, mama, dear, how much chocolate. Mambambe, singing God in Islam. My family young lady, Bambe, singing God in Islam. My Bambe, singing God in Islam. My family young lady, Bambe.
Amazing,
Merci
amazing.
beaucoup. Merci. Donc on va faire une autre. I'm gonna do it. Another one.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Et on va venir là. Oh, bugala puni monore. Bugala puni monore. Yaba, ambaina mala karamba, kinya ibuta tu anu mumangutwa. Bugala puni monore. Banyamo. Oh, bugala puni monore. Bugala puni monore. Uja, home kafale no mamu kanipano. Bali kuyapuse kawasang bare bare. Senja sinde, no sentigere. Wataya kufite moyo nuye. Aino sabari budi keroro. Bugala puni monore. Hawa mkafale no mamu kanipano. Bali kuyapuseka wasambare bare. Senja sinde, no sentigere. Wataya kufite
Demo yo no ye, I know somebody who take it all. I'm gonna be a new daughter. Kumbali kumale karamba bu, one nole, wafa woye, wafa woye, wafa woye, wafa woye, Eva, Uda.
Wow.
Thank
Maria,
you.
you're welcome. Amazing as always. Amazing, amazing. This is
It's
Maria
the song
Seeger.
of Casamas.
Maria Seeger,
Thank
nominated
you.
France Reggae Artist 2020. Fantastic, fantastic,
Thank you.
fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much.
We'll
Ladies
stay
and
happy.
gentlemen, this is what it's all about. You know, spreading that love and appreciation for music and any art form, not just music, because we had Amanda reciting her beautiful poems at the beginning of the show, and also has spoken with as well. And it's such a pleasure to have so many amazing people join us and share their time with us from wherever it is they are. You know, you could be on a phone, you could be on a laptop. You know, once it is you have access to the internet, and you're able to download and or even access just to be on Facebook as well and join us. Just know that you can also go on to Efficacy EVA's YouTube channel and you can play back this evening's show as well as the shows that we've had last week and from since the beginning of the year and also last year as well because we've been here for over a year. Sharing this positivity across the world, across the globe with you. So feel free to check it out on YouTube. That's Efficacy EVA YouTube channel, and also on Facebook, the Ubele Initiative. You can check out their Facebook page as well, where it is the recording of today's show as well as previous shows will be available for you to stream at any point in time. And I'm so thankful that we have this platform, not only for myself, but I'm pretty sure that many artists who haven't been able to perform live for a very long time, still being able to just, get the crinks out the system is such a blessing, in whatever capacity. And Brian also mentioned that you can also check out the UGiveHope Facebook page as well. And thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for making sure I stay on top of my game. Definitely want to shout out the Anzi. She's not 100% today, but she's still here with us, and it's such a testament to the wonderful group of people that work with me on a UGiveHope Fridays. We have such an amazing, amazing communication within us. Tashini too, when she feels like being involved. Right now I think she probably wrestling with one or two dumpling yam and dashing and cassava and thing. So at some point in time, she might share with me. But until then, I want to make sure and bring in a very, very talented individual. Alexander the Great, good evening to you.
Unmute myself. There you go. I've done it now. Thank you. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Lovely to be here. We're a smaller group this evening, but I understand why, because you think about it, it's Good Friday.
It's Good Friday, yeah.
And I know I have quite a few. I mean, my cousin Anne, who usually joins us, she'll probably be in church right now because where she is, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And Caribbeans, they just like that Good Friday. If they can get, I believe there aren't too many restrictions, so she will be might join us a bit later, I don't know. Seems a smaller crowd than usual, but that's the only explanation and also, because we've been loosened up a bit, people are probably out and doing things, you know?
Yes, people in their barbecues, some people in their backyards, with a few friends from
Mhm.
another household. I put that in,
Yeah, another household, right? Yeah.
something like
So
that. But
we
it's a
need.
pleasure to have you here.
Hmm? Sorry?
It's a pleasure to have you here with us,
Pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to be here, yes. Although I have to say, I'm not going to be very kind this evening because, not to one of you, I feel very kindly towards all of you. It's just that with the report that came out a couple of days ago, the government report about the institutional racism not being in existence in this country, I had to make my comment. You know I have to make my comment. That's my job. I've said it before. So, and I did actually tell Brian, I wrote a piece yesterday for it. And under the circumstances, I'm going to sing a song I wrote a long time ago for Stephen Lawrence. I saw that Doreen Lawrence was featured in one of the papers today with her take on it. So if you will allow me, I'm going to run them together as a kind of medley, the new one and the old one. But I'm going to start with One Law. Is there one law for the poor and another law for the law? While they fighting crime, from time to time, they will cheat to even the score. When they get found out, the investigations are done behind a closed door. So it's one law for the lawmakers and another law for the poor. The Stephen Lawrence case does prove the law is slack. A young man was destroyed for simply being black. The police took so long to investigate this wrong that nobody was originally prosecuted for the attack. I say it's one law for the poor and another law for the law. While they fight in crime, from time to time, they will cheat to even the score. When they get found out, the investigations are done behind a closed door. So is one law for the lawmakers and another law for the poor. So much of time has passed and nothing much has changed. The excuses they use are boundless in their range. We pay them to protect, which is something they neglect. But what really cuts is the way they have no respect. I telling you is one law for the poor and another law for the law. While they fighting crime, from time to time, you could see the rot in the core. When they get found out, the investigations are done behind a closed door. So is one law for the lawmakers and another law for the poor. It's another law for the poor. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities had a new, sorry, start again. The Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities has filtered a new report. Britain is free of institutional racism, that is what they purport. But black minorities are still the ones mostly stopped and searched on the spot. And in the worst cases they are shot. They do not have, they mostly have not. I'm talking about racism is still rife, and it is so unconstitutional. Displacism causes strife, and we see it as attributional. Fascism is the knife they use to make a substitutional. Racism ruins life, and right here it is still institutional. This was supposed to be a landmark report on racial disparity, but it ignored failures in the treatment of the black minority. To say society is better than it was 100 years ago sounds like a gift they are pleased to bestow. It's really disrespectful and low. I'm talking about racism. It's still rife, and it is so unconstitutional. Displacism causes strife, and we see it as attributional. Fascism is the knife they use to make us substitutional, and racism ruins life, and right here it is still institutional. Was claiming credit for some small improvements which they're boasting they have made. This report has published content appearing to glorify the slave trade. Campaigners, trade unions, and MPs who really had hope for a change see only practices which estrange, and that we're still within firing range. I'm talking about racism is still rife, and it is so unconstitutional. Displacism causes strife, and we see it as attributional. Fascism is the knife they use to make us substitutional. Racism ruins life, and right here it is still institutional. Not very kind, but pretty honest.
Taiso.
There you go. I did tell you, Brian. I'll play with the words a bit. I like that. What do you think of that? Displacism. There's a nice word. Kaiso allows me to do that, as you know. Okay, thank you very much for listening, folks. I'll be kinder next week, but this week I don't feel kind after that. Okay.
I think a part of being kind is being honest.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it comes hand in hand. If it is you're being kind and you're not really wanting to be kind, then you're just not being real. So
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone would agree that you were being kind.
Thank you
know?
for that.
You were
Okay.
being kind.
So the truth has to be told. If there's one thing we have to tell, it's the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether people like it or not, that is a Kaisonian's job, is to tell the
truth. Yeah, in the best the best way possible. You know.
Thank you.
Using what's the word you used again? It's called displacism.
Displacism. Displacism. I mean, when you think of all the wonderful words over the years that Calypsonians have made up, Kitchener used to do it, Sparrow used to do it. You know, I'm sure there's been quite a few. It's wonderful. And after that, it becomes like, wow, that's a great word. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Definitely
you.
want to say a special evening to your wife as well, Will,
Thank
and
you.
I hope she feels a little better.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
and to you and your
Time to get a
family.
toothache off a bank holiday, eh? You can't
I
go
know,
any-
right? That
Yeah.
means she can't have any of Tashini's cassava and
She'll be
um
so upset.
rubber dumpling and thing.
She'll
Yeah, I
be
know.
so upset. I'll tell her Tashini offered her, but she can't have any.
Well, you know what? You see what I mean? I knew it, and I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. That some people get offered, and Brian, you get offered anything from Tashini?
No boy. I get
Okay.
offered a thing because we have teeth.
Oh, all right, right.
We have teeth. So she's not going to offer us.
All right,
She
right,
will
right.
offer who she know eat it.
Oh, okay. It makes sense. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
I
I
can tell you
understand.
how genuine she is.
Well, I mean, that's that. I wonder if there's a good quality or a bad quality, yeah. But you know what? We'll be kind. So she will let her have her meal and eat it too. You know.
I'm here, you cheeky little. You're just so cheeky, honestly. A
I
woman
think not
sick.
just me. It wasn't just. Please listen. It wasn't just me. There was also Alexander the Great, and there was Brian. So if it is you're coming straight at me, please be kind to me because I selling everybody else out. So I mean, I should get some points, right? I should get some points for for grassing everybody else out. Just saying. Just saying.
I could hear you guys. I know I wasn't responding, but I could hear you all. It's okay. I'm gonna say, Brian, and I was so nice to you last week when it was your birthday, and this is how you do me. Really?
Because you offer me no you offer because my birthday was last week. I ain't get offered no dumpling and no hard food.
Oh, and that's my fault. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
should we blame your son for only cooking for you then?
Just text me the postcode and I'll come in.
No, because it's done pack up in Tupperware, ready to be to go. So no, there's none for you. It's in Tupperware boxes. The leftovers is going out of my yard. If you want to come and look at raw meat,
just put somebody door. Just put somebody door.
well, I can make 2 hard dumpling for you.
Watch your head, Ryan. Watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head.
But it's been another great week of entertainment, and I'm just going to say my happy Easter to everybody. Have a really great weekend to each and every one of you. I'll be back next Friday. Batty and Bench will be here. We will be here. And have an awesome weekend, all of you, wherever in the world you are, and however you're spending your weekend. Please enjoy it. I'm going to finish my dinner because I'm hungry. Okay.
That's okay. You have permission to leave. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind. Ladies and gentlemen, Tashini, my wonderful co-host on You Give Hope Fridays. We say thank you to all the artists that performed this evening. We know we usually have artists that fill up about 2 hours, but it's Easter. A lot of people are spending time with their families, and we have our own family right here. This very special unit that we have, and it's such a pleasure to have you all still joining us, and all those who join us on Facebook as well. We say thank you so much. We're back next week Friday. Look out for the information. We'll be here if it is someone that wants to share their wonderful art form with us. Please get in touch. Get in touch with Brian. Get in touch with Yanzi, and you can also get in touch with me at Super Trini Vibes on Instagram. If it is you want to share your passion of whatever it is, we welcome each and every one of you. And I have a special message for Yvonne Witter. She celebrated her birthday, and she was meant to perform for us today, but she's not feeling 100%. So to you, Yvonne, we wish you a happy birthday and hope you get well soon. And we look forward to hearing you perform very, very soon. So I'm not going to just leave you all just like that, because I honestly believe that I should just... It's Good Friday. Some feel-good vibes, right? Wherever it is you are across the world, across the globe, we thank you so much for joining us at Beautiful Fridays. Gonna jam some tunes as I take you into a beautiful Friday evening. The bank holiday weekend is here. You with your friends, your family, sing it out, right? Sing it out.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. I am.
Joy Anderson.
Oh,
I am. And Tashini, I am kind.
Cannot tell me that I am not who I am.
To each and every one, I am thankful.
I am.
To my beautiful mom, I am so grateful.
I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable.
Go one more for you and then I'm out the door, right?
Illustrious, I'm important, glorious. I am phenomenal, stunning, remarkable. I am illustrious, important, glorious.
That was I Am, Joy Anderson. Oh, amazing. It's so great and so thankful to have your company this evening. All this on the UGiveHope platform. Make sure you tell a friend, tell someone that we have artists, we have amazing people that want to share their artistry with us. And not only that, they want to enrich us. They want to fill us and help us share that same vibe, that same energy with each and every person we come in contact to. Make sure you share the recording of it on YouTube, Efficacy EVA. Thank you so much. On Facebook, the UGiveHope on Facebook as well as say thank you to the Ubale Initiative. I got one more song for you, and for me it's one of my personal favorite tunes because I'm looking to my right and
a blessing to have this time, yeah. A blessing to have this time, yeah. Oh my God. A blessing to have this time. Not all I can be, but I'm growing as we speak. Go what people don't see. Is this warrior in me?
So make sure you stay safe.
But I gonna lift up my head and try.
Know that you are blessed.
I don't have nothing but love.
Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am strong.
Cause it's a blessing to be alive.
I am loved.
A blessing to
I am so thankful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, each and every one. Blessings and love. And see you on next week Friday.